Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are reviewing the remake of Roadhouse starring Jake Gyllenhaal in the iconic Dalton role, famously played by Patrick Swayze. And this film is directed by Doug Liman. I only watched the original for the first time a few weeks ago in the build up to this coming out, which I really enjoyed. I'd say this film is definitely a different beast to the original. I don't think you really have to weigh them up and compare them. The main characters have the same name, the film has the same name, and the basic premise is the same. But the new Roadhouse does enough to bring something to the table and stand on its own 2 feet, rather than relying heavily on paying tribute and homage to the original. And honestly, I've got to say I really enjoyed this film. I think it is just a fun time. It is a great popcorn flick. I am really gutted it did not make it into big screen cinemas because I think it would have been a hit. The film knows exactly where its charm lies and what its assets are and fully exploits them to the max. What this film manages to do that the original could never is the fight sequences. They are elevated, they are improved on, they are really given creative freedom because of what filmmaking can accomplish in the present day. The fights all feel visceral, they are visually stunning to watch. There's a lot of longer takes, there's a lot of interesting camera angles, switching between POVs, then coming out and circling around. The film just has a dynamism through its action sequences that really allows it to pop and come alive. It lends a sense of pace and urgency to the narrative, and I feel like you're coming into this film for the fight sequences, because I think the story is something very familiar. Your classic anti-hero finding purpose again and redeeming himself by standing up for the little guy. It's a tale as old as time. What you are here for, I think, is the fight sequences, and the film hinges on those to deliver, and it does deliver. There is enough of them as well, which I think really helps to pace the film. There's regular bouts of violence, all of which feel very creatively different, which allows the film to keep its foot on the gas and really feel full throttle for most of its runtime. And obviously we can't talk about the fight sequences in this film without addressing the fact that this is Conor McGregor's acting debut on the big screen. And I think in any other film, in any other kind of tone, he would have been laughably atrocious, but somehow he works in the fun, pulpy, crazy chaos of what this film wants to be. Conor McGregor's psychotic Irish thug somehow fits into this world seamlessly. He is given no character purpose beyond just being a physical, unpredictable menace, and he does that very well. He does it with some questionably short shorts, but his antagonistic relationship with Jake Gyllenhaal throughout the film is a joy to watch, and it does result in some of the film's best action, of course. So I think action fans are going to be very satisfied with what Roadhouse manages to accomplish. Jake Gyllenhaal as well is very likable in the role. I think he still has that sense of calm stillness that Patrick Swayze brought to the original. It doesn't have the same kind of spiritual undertone that I think the original had. And the scenes of Patrick Swayze practicing his moves in the kind of quiet of sunset. But Jake Gyllenhaal was still very likable. He felt a bit looser with his personality, and there was a bit more humor in the film because of that. It was nice to see him as a character form a few more relationships in this film with different members of this local Florida Keys environment. A massive shout out to the Florida Keys. The setting just lends a feel to this film beyond the aesthetic. It just contributes to that tone. It contributes to this slightly lawless land feel. So honestly, I'd say Roadhouse is a bit of a knockout. I'd say the only downside is that it is just a very generic narrative and it's nothing you haven't seen before. It is just what you have seen before, amplified to the best of its ability, which is well worth a watch. So if you have seen it, guys, do drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. Please also consider liking and subscribing. That is always a huge help for me. And in the meantime, we'll see you for the next vid.